this turn into this? Let's talk about it. This is a staghorn fern, and it is an epiphyte, meaning it doesn't need to be rooted in soil to grow. A couple other examples of epiphytes are air plants or orchids or some types of mosses. This staghorn fern is currently in a pot, but eventually it is going to grow so big that it turns into a big staghorn just like this. It has two different types of fronds, these long sword fronds, which have a bunch of points on the end. That's called bifurcatum, and as it matures, it will eventually get more points. And it also has a basal or shield fronds. This is a protective layer of the plant, and it grows in layers. You may be able to see some of these layers, or even right here, it has some brown layers, and eventually new basal fronds will grow over to the side. This small staghorn is currently in a pot, but eventually these basal fronds are going to start to grow over the side of the pot and eventually consume this entire pot. So whatever pot this staghorn fern was in, those basal fronds took over and became a huge sphere. So you can start them young in a pot. Sometimes people also like to mount them, but eventually these basal fronds are going to grow over the side and become a huge hanging sphere. This one right here is actually hung up with chains, and those basal fronds have grown over the chains to the point that you can't even see them anymore. It's really exciting to start with a young staghorn and then grow with it, because when they get to be this size, they actually are worth quite a bit of money, and they are kind of hard to get your hands on because of how big they are. We have 4-inch, 6-inch, and mountain staghorns available. You should snag one and start one young, because eventually it's going to go from this to this.